Right now, Marlborough This Week. Governor Deval Patrick visited Marlborough to praise a local company for its consistent growth in such a difficult economy. Employment Options held their annual awards dinner. Also, are you feeling pressure at the pump? I caught up with Mary from AAA for some helpful traveling tips. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. Governor Deval Patrick was in the city earlier this week to visit a local company. A Marlborough manufacturing and design firm has been recognized as a model small business by Governor Deval Patrick. Comprehensive Power produces permanent magnet motors, generators, controls, and drives. The governor visited the company this week, receiving a tour of the facility and a better understanding of the company's operations.
I'm excited that they're growing here in Massachusetts, growing jobs, growing manufacturing. Precision manufacturing is coming back strong because in an innovation economy like ours, it's exciting that we're making the things we. And I've just been exposed to this technology, but I can imagine a bunch of ways in which it solves a number of challenges in a number of different areas. And the fact that the company is moving in the direction of clean energy applications, I think is especially exciting for me.
The company that was founded by Frank Jones in 1998 has grown from startup to this year's projected sales of $13 million. In the American economy today, Comprehensive Power is a good example of success in the Marlborough area.
We are on a good growth spurt and looking to attract great people, and getting this kind of attention is going to help with that.
This year, the company more than doubled its workforce and transitioned from a custom design engineering company to a products-based manufacturing company. The company's products are targeted at the oil field, marine propulsion, alternative energy, and military markets. Thursday night, Employment Options held their annual awards dinner in honor of this year's Voice of Hope Award recipient. Employment Options held their 24th awards banquet this week. The banquet is a way to bring all members and employers together to celebrate their accomplishments.
We're very excited to celebrate the accomplishment of the members, striving and struggling to achieve a tremendous work record, and we're happy to celebrate and honor our employment partners who gave us the opportunity to go to work and prove that we can do competitive employment. So it's a great night of honor and recognition, and just to celebrate with the people who did the work.
Every year, Employment Options presents the Voice of Hope Award to an individual that has been the voice of employment options in the community. This year's recipient was Bill Short of William R. Short Funeral Home in Marlborough, who sadly passed away earlier this week.
He always was willing to say, okay, Tony, what do you want? Whether it was really a loss of a member and helping us kind of figure out what's the best plan for a member, as well as always having that incredible spirit. He came here all the time every year to be our MC, to share his humor, to share his belief in us. He was an incredible community person. He was bigger than life, is the phrase that I keep hearing today. And he really was. And so we really wanted to acknowledge him. I personally wanted to acknowledge him as a friend, as a mentor, and our members wanted to acknowledge him. He wedded a number of members, as a justice of the peace. So we have a really soft spot for Bill.
Employment Options also had Larry Johnson of WEEI Sports as their keynote speaker.
And the more I researched what is being done here, it is absolutely a wonderful program. People helping people. And it's not only people who need jobs, but people who have them and they're helping other people. So I think as someone as a keynote speaker tonight, all I can do is continue to encourage, because we need people who are going to help other people.
Employment Options is a nonprofit agency serving those in the Metro West region who are looking to take control of their mental health. For more information about Employment Options, please visit employmentoptions.org. This week, the Urban Affairs Committee approved Marlborough Savings Bank's request to keep its Granger Boulevard ATM in service 24 hours a day. This move will also allow the bank to expand its hours of operation if the bank sees fit. The measure still has to pass through City Council. However, Marlborough Savings is pushing for 24-hour operation of the ATM in order to level their playing field and maintain competitiveness. This week, the Finance Committee voted to recommend that the City Council fund a new contract that would give firefighters retroactive raises and give more power to the chief. The contract would also change firefighter shifts to 24-hour blocks instead of the current 10-hour day shifts and 14-hour night shifts. The committee voted unanimously to support a $238,000 transfer to fund the contract. The City Council will discuss the contract at their meeting next week. The Mayor's Charity Ball, which raises money for the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund, is coming up next month. Here are some of the details. The Mayor's Charity Ball is set to be held Saturday, May 5th at 6:30 p.m. at the Best Western Royal Plaza on Boston Post Road West. Donations are a minimum of $40 to attend. This year's theme is Run for the Roses, Marlborough Derby Gala. Derby attire is welcome, black tie is optional. At 8:45 p.m., the Mayor will make his awards presentation. Tickets are available at the Mayor's office. Still to come on Marlborough this week, State Representative Steve Levy is trying to reunite residents with their unclaimed properties. But first, a truck was pulled out of the Sudbury Reservoir last Friday. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. What appeared to be an old 70s Ford truck was extracted from the Sudbury Reservoir after being spotted by two residents. Marlborough firefighters fished an old pickup truck out of the Sudbury Reservoir, and state police are trying to figure out how it got there. The truck was found in a shallow grave in front of the bridge on Acre Bridge Road. It's possible that the truck has been there for decades due to the amount of corrosion in and around the body. There was a license plate still intact on the front of the truck, although the plate is no longer active. State police said the investigation is ongoing and could not release any details about the truck's owner. The extraction was performed smoothly by firefighters from the Rescue and Engine Crew 1. Many residents may be missing out on unclaimed money, stocks, or properties. Here's how to find out if a small fortune is waiting for you. Most of us did not win the Mega Millions last week, but is there still money out there for you? State Rep Steve Levy is trying to bring light to a program run by the State Treasury's office, trying to match names with unclaimed properties.
Every year, millions of dollars belonging to the residents, businesses, and charities in the Commonwealth are turned over to the Treasurer's Department and held in the Department of Unclaimed Properties. These monies come from lost bank accounts, checking, savings accounts, insurance proceeds, uncashed checks, could be stocks and bonds, but these monies are monies that belong to the residents of Massachusetts. But I also am reaching out to the residents who are watching this to go out and see if you have some money that's out there. You can do this in two ways. You can go through the department's website, which is findmassmoney.com, and simply put in your first name, last name, and the town where you live, and it will tell you if there's any money out there for you to be claimed. And don't just do it where you live now if you've lived in other towns or cities in the Commonwealth. Put those in there as well. A lot of the names that I see on the list are also people who may have passed away. So, check for parents or for other relatives who may be passed, because there may be money out there that you can claim on their behalf as well.
Last year, the Commonwealth returned about $75 million to 35,000 residents. This year, there is about $400,000 in cash and a few $100,000 in shares that is unclaimed in Marlborough, Southborough, and Berlin. To get a hold of your unclaimed properties, call the Treasury Department at 1-800-467-2300 or contact Steve Levy at 617-722-2060. Gas prices continue to rise higher and higher, but there are ways to improve gas efficiency. Running errands, getting to work, and cruising around town has started to get pricey. Gas prices are soaring, and there is no sign of them coming down anytime soon. So how can you get more bang for your buck? AAA's Director of Public and Legislative Affairs has some tips for you. Her first tip is to shop around for the lowest price.
That puts downward pressure on the market and makes retailers more competitive, hopefully will lower prices or at least help moderate prices for all of us.
Her next tip, buy regular grade gasoline.
Most cars run just fine on regular. You don't need to spend the extra money in most cases on mid-grade or premium.
Another tip, make sure your tires are properly inflated.
Properly inflated tires can improve fuel efficiency by up to 3 to 4%. So make sure that you're checking your tires every month and that you've got the proper inflation. It will make your tires safer, your ride safer, and more fuel efficient.
Fourth tip, lighten your load.
That means get the junk out of the trunk from the winter, get the cargo carrier off the roof. Anything you can do to streamline your car, make it lighter, will make it more fuel efficient.
Another important tip, consolidate your trips.
That means you don't want to be making separate trips for each separate destination. You want to be consolidating your trips, treating your car as a bus, making your stops on the way home from school, from your job, from work, from picking up your kids. That way you're making a straight line home, doing your errands on the way, treating your car as a bus rather than as a taxi, making separate stops along the way, which add up to more mileage.
Finally, curb your speed and slow down.
For every 5 miles per hour you go over the speed of 60 miles per hour, you decrease your fuel efficiency dramatically. So keeping your speed at 55, 60 at the speed limit will make you safer and far more fuel efficient. And we're talking about increasing your fuel efficiency by up to 30% if you slow down. So avoid fast stops, fast starts, jackrabbit starts, sudden braking. All of those things will decrease your fuel efficiency dramatically. You'll also be safer on the road if you practice that kind of driving.
For more information on gas-saving tips, visit AAA.com. Every year, more families seek help from the government to pay for school lunches. With the economy where it is today, a lot of Marlborough students are seeking enrollment in free and reduced lunch programs. In the past decade, enrollment in the program at Marlborough Public Schools has increased from 24% to 40.6%. In order to become enrolled, there are certain specifications families must meet.
All you need to do is get an application which is available at the District Education Center or at any of the schools, submit it to the school principals. From there it goes to the determining official at the District Education Center. And again, based on income, there's a federal guidelines that list what the qualifications are. For instance, a family of 4 right now, the guidelines would be approximately $41,000 a year in income to qualify for free or reduced.
All across the region, more and more families are falling on hard times. With lunch costing more than $2 a day, discounted or free lunches help many families. Also, with no sign of uptake in the economy, enrollment in the reduced lunch program will likely continue to increase.
We have approximately 1,500 free and 300 reduced. I think the numbers will continue to increase, but at a much smaller rate than we've seen in the last 3 or 4 years.
If you feel you qualify for a free or reduced lunch, don't hesitate. Apply for this federal program. The prices of reduced lunches in Marlborough are only 40 cents, while a regular meal costs $2.50. With so much going on in Marlborough over the past couple weeks, you may have missed the appointment of the new fire chief. Last week, Captain James Fortin was appointed by Mayor Arthur Vigent as the new Marlborough fire chief. Vigent had a committee to find the new chief, which included Ward 5 City Councilor Rob Seymour.
I think having someone internal, Mr. Ford in this case, was significant. He's clearly dedicated to the community. He has great passion for the work, very committed here.
Mayor Vigent reiterated his approval on his monthly show short, Corner Office.
He's a leader. He's been in the department for a long time. He knows the department. He knows the men down there. He knows the city. He's going to be a fantastic chief. I'm so excited about Jim taking over and really leading this department and putting a shine back on it. You know, we've had a couple of bouts over the last few years where, you know, the men and women down there have been frustrated. The people in City Hall have been frustrated, and you know, I've heard nothing but positive comments about the appointment. And he just rose to the top of the resume stack.
You can see the full episode of Corner Office right now on WMCT-TV.com. Marlborough Public Schools held a student and parent forum on Thursday. We'll give you the details of the forum next week. Thank you for watching Marlborough This Week. Please be sure to like WMCT-TV on Facebook. And as always, tune in next week for more in Marlborough news. I'm Alicia Brandt. Have a great week. Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week, Superintendent Anthony Pope recognizes the need to challenge advanced learners. Saloma Furlong, a former member of an Amish community, visits the Marlborough Public Library. Also, Lieutenant Governor Tim Murray presented the Governor's Cup to Marlborough High School students at this week's Real World Design Challenge celebration ceremony. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. We begin our coverage with Saloma Furlong, author and former Amish community resident. Every third Wednesday of the month this spring, the Marlborough Public Library has been holding a celebrity author series, which is free and open to the public. This month, Saloma Furlong, who is the author of Why I Left the Amish and featured in the PBS program The Amish, will be speaking in the library's Bigelow Auditorium.
The library director, Margaret, had heard about Saloma from some other librarians who had had her recently on her book tour, and they said that she's a fabulous guest. So Margaret sent her information to me, and I contacted Saloma, and I was thrilled that we were able to get one of her few available dates this spring. She's on a major book tour, and not just in Massachusetts, but she's all over the country, so we were really lucky to.
Being a member of the Amish community for the first 20 years of her life, Saloma Furlong give insight into the traditions and beliefs behind the Amish community.
She left the Amish community when she was 20 years old with nothing but the clothes on her back and a little bit of money in her pocket. If you can imagine what that was like, never having ridden in a car, barely ever used a telephone before, to find a train, take a train, and leave Ohio and land in Vermont, not knowing very much about the outside world at all.
For more information on the author series, call 413-648-9663 or go online to mpl-friends.org. Could you design a small sport aircraft that could fly 200 miles in under 2 hours? Well, 12 students from Marlborough High School were able. This members of Marlborough High School's design team gathered in celebration to recognize their accomplishments in the 2011 Real World Design Challenge state competition. The team took first place in the state competition to design the best light airplane that could transport adults 200 miles in under 2 hours. Lieutenant Governor Tim Murray was in attendance to present the 12-student team with the 2011 Real World Design Challenge State Award Trophy.
But this is great to be a part of this competition, but it's great to be here again in Marlborough to present the Governor's Cup. We also have individual citations for the young people and the students who participated in this. It's important. I want to thank everybody for being here because, you know, it's important that we recognize young people who are in and out of the classroom, who are doing well and celebrating academic success that coincides with real-world applications, and that's what this is all about. So,
following the victory, the team was invited to compete in the National Challenge, which will take place next week in Washington, D.C. The challenge is to design an efficient, low-carbon emission, and environmentally friendly personal light sport aircraft that can accommodate 2 team members and fly 200 miles in less than 2 hours at a cruise altitude of at least 1,000 feet.
We didn't win the national competition last year, but I'm certainly hopeful that we can make a show this year's national competition, because we have some people that are obviously coming back and some people that are, obviously already have experience in this, and we have a great group of mentors, so I think we're definitely going to make a showing down in Washington.
City, state, and national elected officials, MassDOT administrators, and Aeronautics Division representatives, Superintendent Pope and Mayor Arthur Vigent were also at the ceremony to wish the team the best of luck in nationals. The City Council and School Committee were busy this week. Here are some of the issues they were working on. This week, the Finance Committee recommended funding for both a youth jobs program run through a partnership between the city and the Middlesex District Attorney's Office and an internship program for college students. The Youth Employment Program will offer jobs to about 20 local high school students, and through the Public Service Internship Program, college students will intern in several city departments. City Council also received recommendations for a new senior center. The Old West Meeting House on Pleasant Street, or the former Registry of Motor Vehicles on Maple Street, seem to be the most suitable locations, considering officials say seniors have outgrown the existing center at 250 Maple Street. At the school committee meeting this week, Superintendent Anthony Pope said that he expects a number of line items to drive up the budget coming fiscal year. Special education, English language learning programs, and curriculum development will be key factors to the spike in the budget. What could have been done to prevent the Titanic from sinking? Ninth graders were challenged to find a solution. Marlborough High School's STEM program hosted a Titanic grade STEM Expo, showcasing their third-term projects on the Titanic. On the 100th anniversary of the Titanic sinking, STEM students were challenged to propose solutions to prevent the ocean liner's sinking or increase the number of survivors.
My project is about the leadership failure of the Titanic, and what we did was we found that the main problem was that the evacuation of the lifeboats was organized. Everyone was running around, people didn't know where to go, and we just wanted to make it easier, so we decided to design a bridge that goes from the railing of the Titanic side to the side of the lifeboat.
The students have been working on the Titanic Challenge since February. During the Project Expo, the projects were made available so that the entire community could see the STEM students' hard work.
And today is nothing more than a celebration of the work that they've done, and we've wanted to showcase this work to the community. So we've opened this day up from 8 to 11 a.m. to have classes come in, and we've invited some of our business partners to come and some of our school committee and city councilors to come as well. So we're hoping for a really great event. We also have our 6th grade cohort of students coming down as well to sort of take a look and see what the high school kids are doing to help to hopefully inspire them as they continue to work on the projects that they've been doing at the middle school.
Superintendent Anthony Pope, who funded the Titanic Expo, is very proud of the students and their hard work.
First of all, I'm so excited. Our students have worked so hard, and I can tell you, I've done the work with developing academies in Texas, in Connecticut, and in Boston, and I can tell you the work that the students have done today is fabulous. I'm here to look at their projects, to see the hard work that they've done in the first year of the STEM program. The work is fantastic. So I'm here to support the kids, to make sure that we're supporting students at all times, and to validate the great work that they're doing.
We came up with many different solutions to prevent the ship sinking. Some solutions included adjustments to the bulkhead, the hull, communication signals, and additional compact lifeboats. The STEM program is a college preparation program focusing on science, technology, engineering, and math. Still to come on Marlborough this week, the Mayor's Charity Ball is coming up next month. Be sure to get your ticket or donate to the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund. But first, Superintendent Anthony Pope hosts his Student and Parent Forum of the school year. We'll be right back after this break.
WMCT-TV needs your help. Years ago, our archives took a hit, and now we don't have any old programming before 1996. If you have any old cable programming, now's the time to bring it to the station at 91 Main Street.
You know that old closet where you throw everything? Check in there. Oh! You're bound to find some old tapes in there.
Check your junk drawers, attics, maybe even your garage. If you've appeared on TV here or had a child that played a sport, chances are you have a few tapes hanging around.
We'll even give you a DVD for your trouble, and if you want back the old VHS tape, well, we'll even show you what you can do with it.
Whether it's your kids' varsity games for Marlborough High or Assabet, old newscasts, series programs, or even specials, we want them. Just call the station at 508-481-1373 and ask for Dan. Come on, find those tapes now.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. With such a diverse student population at Marlborough Public Schools, Superintendent Anthony Pope plans to kick off a new school curriculum. Recently, Superintendent Anthony Pope held his third Student and Parent Forum of the school year. During the forum, Pope discussed the need to meet all students' standards of education. Marlborough Public Schools has a diverse population of students and learning capabilities. Pope wants students and parents to understand that he is striving for a curriculum that will challenge all students and allow them to reach their full potential. Although Pope did outline several ways he plans on executing a curriculum that will fit all students, parents were concerned about what their current advanced students do in the meantime.
One of the things is it's really hard for me to, you're giving a lot of examples and you're giving a lot of bullets about different things. I can't help but think that it's all very vague because we're really not getting any answers. And I feel like I can't believe that all this conversation and all this PowerPoint that went together is really there without a plan. I'd like to know when we're going to find out what's really going to happen for next year and at a grade level, because it sounds vague too, K through 8. You know, what's really going to happen in my daughter's grade that's going to challenge her next year. Last year in 5th grade, my daughter and a lot of her friends in her classroom were in a 5th grade accelerated classroom. They did not move into a 6th grade accelerated classroom. They got demoted to a 6th grade honors classroom where they're learning what they learned in 4th and 5th grade.
The new curriculum is not going to be in effect for the current school year. The plan is to slowly integrate the program into the current curriculum. This process will take time and will allow space for trial and error. In less than a month, children will once again be able to receive free dental services for the day, thanks to a local dentist. Dental Associates of Marlborough are hosting their 3rd annual free dental clinic. Saturday, May 5th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Dr. Nera and Dr. Ahern welcome children in the area with no dental insurance to come into their office and receive free cleanings, exams, x-rays, and dental education. To schedule an appointment, contact the office at 508-485-1800. Also, if the schedule is not filled with children, the service will be made available to adults in the community as well. It's time for the City of Marlborough to receive its annual spring cleaning. Mayor Arthur Vigin and the City Council invite residents to volunteer for the annual clean sweep that will be taking place on Saturday, April 28th. Participants will receive Project Clean Sweep t-shirts and refreshments will be served. Arrive by 9 a.m. at the Public Works Department Municipal Garage at 135 Neal Street to help clean up the city. For questions and to sign up, contact Ken Calder at 508-624-6910, extension 7300, or kcalder at marlborough-ma.gov. Every 2 years, the mayor hosts the Charity Ball, and this year, that honor falls to Mayor Arthur Vigin for the first time. The Mayor's Charity Ball is set to be held Saturday, May 5th at the Best Western Royal Plaza. The ball occurs every 2 years with the election of the new mayor, and was created to support the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund, which was established 51 years ago. The Mayor's Charity Relief Fund is vital for Marlborough residents when an emergency strikes.
Over the years, it's been used for many things. It's usually for fuel assistance, people who can't afford fuel, people that are being evicted from their homes, they need a place to live, people that have had fires. They find another place for them to live and they use that for rentals and for anything else that they need. They've even used it to help support a family that had somebody that died. So it all goes to a good cause and it all goes to the local people here. So.
All proceeds from ticket sales and auctions go directly into the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund. The Mayor's Charity Ball has been very successful in the past.
In the past, it has raised a little bit over $50,000 one year, and that was a pretty spectacular year. And we're really striving hard to raise that kind of money this year to support the Charity Relief Fund. Well, and we're looking to have around 600 to 700 people at this event.
Hors d'oeuvres will be served as well as coffee and dessert. There will be a DJ, a silent auction, and virtual horse racing to go along with the theme of the night, Run for the Roses, Marlborough Derby Gala. The mayor will also announce this year's recipient of the Humanitarian Award and introduce the City Council. Tickets may be purchased by calling the mayor's office. Thank you for watching Marlborough This Week. Please be sure to like WMCT-TV on Facebook, and as always, tune in next week for more in Marlborough news. I'm Alicia Brandt. Have a great week. Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week, Mayor Arthur Vigent has completed his first 100 days. He spoke of his progress and his success this week at his 100 Days speech. 3 teenagers break into Whitcomb Middle School during their April vacation. With the little amount of rain we are having, brush fire is keeping the Marlborough Fire Department busy. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. We begin our coverage this week with Mayor Vigent's 100-day speech. After completing his first 100 days in office as mayor of the city of Marlborough, Arthur Vigent highlighted several early achievements at his 100 days speech held at the Courtyard by Marriott on Wednesday morning.
It has been a fantastic 100 days, let me tell you. It has been a great time working with President Pope and the Marlborough City Council. We've got a ton done, and we've got a ton more to do. Things that have been very simple, and we kicked the ball off running very early. And
amongst the achievements highlighted by the mayor was the signing of 2 outstanding union contracts, the launch of in-house customer service training seminars, a proposal for a youth employment and public service internship program, and also a senior tax work-off program. A big economic achievement also occurred within the mayor's first 100 days.
we landed the big kahuna. We have 1,600 jobs coming to the city, filling 700,000 square feet with TJX. And I could tell you that everyone had a piece in this. This has just been a fantastic announcement for the city. 1,600 people driving around spending money in those businesses that we talked about. So I can't wait to have a ribbon cutting for TJX and have them here. They're going to be filling that building by the end of next June.
Although Mayor Vigent was excited to present the 100 Days speech, you can really tell that he is looking forward to the future and what can be done to better the city of Marlborough. The Amish are known for their simple living, plain dress, and strong beliefs. Very few decide to leave this community. However, one woman left and spoke about her experience this past week at the Marlborough Library. Saloma Furlong, a former member of the Amish community, spoke at the Marlborough Public Library for their monthly Celebrity Author Series. Saloma left the Amish community when she was 22, with nothing but the clothes on her back. She has since written a memoir titled Why I Left the Amish and has been featured in a PBS documentary called Amish. Saloma left the Amish community for a couple of reasons.
I did not really feel safe in the family in which I grew up. I often felt I had no advocates. Plus, my own nature was one in which I would question the Amish ways. And you can't really do that in the Amish way. If you want to be a good Amish person, you don't ask questions.
When Saloma made the decision to leave the Amish community, she had to forfeit everything: her family, her friends, her entire way of living.
Well, there's certainly things I miss, but I don't know that I would go as far as saying regret. Regret means that I might go back. I have no desire to go back, but there are certainly many things I miss. I miss the camaraderie, the knowing your place in the community. Everybody does their part. It's like a wedding, a funeral, or a big event in the community. Everyone comes together. Everyone does their part because they know their place in the community. And you don't find that very often. in the world outside of the Amish.
Next month, the library will welcome Scott Hellman, Boston Globe political writer and author of The Real Romney. Three teenagers were arrested after breaking into the Whitcomb Middle School. The 14 and 15-year-olds entered the building through the roof and were caught carrying a backpack, ropes, a screwdriver, and a flashlight at 3 a.m. Each teen was charged with breaking and entering into a building at nighttime for a felony and possession of tools commonly used in burglaries. The teens described the stunt as a challenge and did not intend to steal or vandalize. Don't forget to volunteer for the Marlborough Clean Sweep, happening on Earth Day next weekend. Mayor Arthur Vigin and the City Council invite residents to volunteer for the annual Clean Sweep that will be taking place on Saturday, April 28th. Participants will receive Project Clean Sweep t-shirts and refreshments will be served. Arrive by 9 a.m. at the Public Works Department Municipal Garage at 135 Neal Street to help clean up the city. For questions and to sign up, contact Ken Calder at 508-624-6910, extension 7300, or kcalder@marlborough-ma.gov. The Mayor's Charity Ball is also starting to sneak up on us. Don't miss out on this annual event and reserve your table now. The Mayor's Charity Ball is set to be held Saturday, May 5th at the Best Western Royal Plaza. The ball occurs every 2 years with the election of the new mayor and was created to support the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund, which was established 51 years ago. The Mayor's Charity Relief Fund is vital for Marlborough residents when an emergency strikes.
Over the years, it's been used for many things. It's usually for fuel assistance for people who can't afford fuel, people that are being evicted from their homes, they need a place to live, people that have had fires. They find another place for them to live and they use that for rentals and for anything else that they need. They've even used it to help support a family that had somebody that died. So it all goes to a good cause and all goes to the local people here. So.
All proceeds from ticket sales and auctions go directly into the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund. The Mayor's Charity Ball has been very successful in the past.
In the past, it has raised a little bit over $50,000 one year, and that was a pretty spectacular year. And we're really striving hard to raise that kind of money this year to support the Charity Relief Fund. Well, and we're looking to have around 600 to 700 people at this event.
Serves will be served as well as coffee and dessert. There will be a DJ, a silent auction, virtual horse racing to go along with the theme of the night, Run for the Roses, Marlborough Derby Gala. The mayor will also announce this year's recipient of the Humanitarian Award and introduce the City Council. Tickets may be purchased by calling the mayor's office. Still to come on Marlborough this week, a Marlborough police officer was exposed to a suspicious white powder. But first, Mayor Arthur Vigin recognized the local Home Depot for their generosity in giving back to the Marlborough community. We'll be right back after this break.
WMCT-TV needs your help. Years ago, our archives took a hit, and now we don't have any old programming before 1996. If you have any old Marlborough cable programming, now's the time to bring it to the station at 91 Main Street. You know that old closet where you throw everything? Check in there. Oh! You're bound to find some old tapes in there. Check your junk drawers, attics, maybe even your garage. If you've appeared on TV here or had a child that played high school sports, chances are you have a few tapes hanging around. We'll even give you a DVD for your trouble, and if you want back the old VHS tape, well, we'll even show you what you can do with it. Ha! Whether it's your kids' varsity games for Marlborough High or Assabet, old newscasts, series programs, or even specials, we want them. Just call the station at 508-481-1373 and ask for Dan. Come on, find those tapes now.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. Home Depot values community relationships and works with many Marlborough housing developments to improve interior and exterior living arrangements. During a ceremony attended by city officials and members of the city's senior community, Mayor Arthur Vigent presented a certificate of appreciation to representatives from the local Home Depot retail center.
I'd like to give Michelle this certificate of appreciation presented to Home Depot in recognition of leading the efforts to remodel the facility and enhance the quality of life for the residents of the Pleasant Street elderly housing community. The City of Marlborough is grateful to Home Depot providing staff and funding for power washing, mulching, planting, painting, and cleaning gutters at the elderly complex. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Home Depot will be landscaping, painting, and pressure washing the senior complex on Pleasant Street in hopes of beautifying the area.
It's just a great opportunity for Home Depot to be able to partner with the community. We are a company founded on strong values, and giving back to the community is one of our core, most fundamental values. And it's our part to build strong relationships with all of you folks and hopefully be able to beautify the area that you live in.
Home Depot continues to give back to the Marlborough community by offering their services in landscaping and home projects to complexes across the city. With no rain for the past few weeks, everything has been drying out. The dry weather has increased the amount of brush fires, keeping the Marlborough Fire Department on their toes. With all of the dry weather, the fire department has been reporting to a couple of small brush fires across the city. On Tuesday, one brush fire occurred on Washington Street, while another brush fire occurred at the Mello Family Meadow Conservation Land area. This larger brush fire took nearly 2 hours to extinguish.
Actually, it wasn't a big brush fire, it was a big pile of brush that was accumulated. I know the Department of Public Works were clearing trails back there as part of the conservation thing. They clear the overgrowth and removing dead trees that have fallen from the storms. So they probably put it in a pile for later disposal, and that's what was going. It was wasn't big in air. I mean, it wasn't a large brush fire, but it was a good-sized pile. And with the dry weather conditions and the lack of rain, it's very easy to start a fire. As far as on the roadside, people throwing cigarette butts out the window, thinking nothing of it instead of using their ashtray, and it's getting, the bark mulch is so dry it's starting to ignite it. And the same thing with the fire in the woods. Could have been a passerby going through the woods, smoking a cigarette, just discarding it, thinking that it was out.
There is currently a red flag warning established across the state to inform residents of the dry conditions. Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week, a fire on West Main Street has displaced roughly 70 residents. The school committee met this week to discuss next year's budget. Also, seniors attended an annual senior conference hosted by Senator James Eldridge. These stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Alicia Brandt. We begin our coverage this week with the fire that erupted at the Lake Williams condominiums on Monday. Around 9 a.m. on Monday morning, the Marlborough Fire Department responded to an alarm at the Lake Williams condominiums on West Main Street. The fire quickly spread through the building and has caused the displacement of nearly 70 residents. There were no human fatalities, though several pets were lost.
While we were responding, fire alarm reported that the alarm in the building was going off. Upon our arrival, we had heavy smoke pushing out of the upper, again, Alpha Delta corner of the building. It was obviously up in the half story above the units, and I'm not sure exactly what's up there, but I was told there are storage bins up there also, along with just that mansard. So it's considered a half story, and the fire was up there, and within 15 minutes it had taken off and it was extended. We did try to make a cut off halfway through the building here with no success.
The department worked all morning and into the afternoon to control the fire. It took dozens of firefighters and about 800,000 gallons of water to fully extinguish the flames and get rid of hot spots.
Monday was a tense day. The fire department did a great job in responding to the fire under the leadership of our new chief, Jim Fortin. We had mutual aid coming from many of the communities around, all working together, and I can't applaud the fire department enough. job they did down there.
Roughly 30 apartments were completely destroyed by fire, smoke, and water. As the fire was pushing its way through the West Main Street condos, many families and residents were forced to watch their homes go up in flames. A fire of this magnitude has many people questioning how it possibly could have started. The fire at the Lake Williams condominiums caused between $1 and $3 million worth of damage. A fire of this scale has residents and firefighters wondering what possibly could have sparked the flame. However, a direct cause may never be found.
At this point, they're looking at it being inconclusive. There's attic spaces up there. It was all wood. Some appliances were plugged in, but they can't actually trace it back to any particular one. So at this point, it is inconclusive.
Chief Fortin stated that the very area where the investigators believe the fire started, the attic, has been completely burned away. The fire was jointly investigated by members of the Marlborough Fire Department, Marlborough Police Department, Office of the State Fire Marshal, and Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. There is no indication that the fire was intentionally set, but damage to the building is so extensive there may never be a conclusive answer. The fire on Main Street has left roughly 70 residents homeless. As is common in the community, people are rallying to help the affected residents. After the flames were extinguished, the attention was quickly turned to the residents affected by the blaze. Within hours, Red Cross was on the scene to provide initial support for the victims. The Marlborough Senior Center, as in years past, was a staging area to drop off essential items for those in need.
Senior Center was a place where they could come so we could find out what the needs were and we could better address providing the necessary resources for them while they were temporarily facing the challenges of these hardships. And anybody that has not received any type of assistance that was affected by the fire, we'll be glad to put them in contact with the necessary support services that they may need.
One couple affected by the fire was planning a wedding for this weekend.
We got called. He called me about an hour ago and said, I think our apartment's on fire. And I said, you got to be getting all our stuff for the wedding. Everything's happening.
A neighbor called me and said, are you home? And I said, no, I'm not. I'm at work, and I work in Natick. And they said, well, you better get home. Your entire building's on fire.
And it is, yeah.
And it is.
Luckily, her wedding dress was moved just days before the fire to a different location. The wedding is still on for this Saturday. Once again, the Marlborough community has come out to help their neighbors.
The community has been very supportive. I think the biggest challenge has been finding locations that could provide facilities to be able to store additional furniture or be willing to take clothing. Right now we are referring people to furnishing options. They're providing vouchers to these fire victims for the necessary furnishing items that they may need, as well as to the food pantry for clothing as well as for food. And we're continuing to refer people to the Red Cross for the other basic needs of assistance.
If you would like to donate to residents affected by the Lake Williams condo fire, visit furnishingoptions.org for a full list of items needed, or donate money to the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund by sending a check to City Hall. When residents of Marlborough are facing the tragedy of losing their home, the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund is there to help them get back on their feet. This fire should only remind residents of the importance of attending the Mayor's Charity Ball and donating to the Relief Fund. The Mayor's Charity Ball is set to be held Saturday, May 5th at the Best Western Royal Plaza. The ball occurs every 2 years with the election of the new mayor and was created to support the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund, which was established 51 years ago. The Mayor's Charity Relief Fund is vital for Marlborough residents when an emergency strikes.
Over the years, it's been used for many things. It's usually for fuel assistance for people who can't afford fuel, people that are being evicted from their homes, they need a place to live, people that have had fires. They find another place for them to live, and they use that for rentals and for anything else that they need. They've even used it to help support a family that had somebody that died. So it all goes to a good cause and all goes to the local people here. So.
All proceeds from ticket sales and auctions go directly into the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund. The Mayor's Charity Ball has been very successful in the past.
In the past, it has raised a little bit over $50,000 one year, and that was a pretty spectacular year. And we're really striving hard to raise that kind of money this year to support the Charity Relief Fund. Well, and we're looking to have around 600 to 700 people at this event.
Hors d'oeuvres will be served as well as coffee and dessert. There will be a DJ, a silent auction, and virtual horse racing to go along with the theme of the night, Run for the Roses, Marlborough Derby Gala. The mayor will also announce this year's recipient of the Humanitarian Award and introduce the City Council. Tickets may be purchased by calling the mayor's office. Still to come on Marlborough this week, seniors attended an award ceremony for the Senior Volunteer of the Year Award. But first, a free dental clinic for children is right around the corner. We'll be right back after this break.
WMCT-TV needs your help. Years ago, our archives took a hit, and now we don't have any old programming before 1996. If you have any old Marlborough cable programming, now's the time to bring it to the station at 91 Main Street.
You know that old closet where you throw everything? Check in there. You're bound to find some old tapes in there.
Check your junk drawers, attics, maybe even your garage. If you've appeared on TV here or had a child in high school sports, chances are you have a few tapes hanging around.
We'll even give you a DVD for your trouble, and if you want back the old VHS tape, well, we'll even show you what you can do with it.
Whether it's your kids' varsity games from Marlborough High or Assabet, old newscasts, series programs, or even specials, we want them. Just call the station at 508-481-1373 and ask for Dan. Come on, find those tapes now.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. A local dentist will once again provide free services to uninsured children for a day this May. Dental Associates of Marlborough are hosting their third annual free dental clinic. On Saturday, May 5th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Dr. Nera and Dr. Ahern welcome children in the area with no dental insurance to come into their office and receive free cleanings, exams, x-rays, and dental education. To schedule an appointment, contact the office at 508-485-1800. Also, if the schedule is not filled with children, the service will be made available to adults in the community as well. Many local seniors attended the annual senior conference in efforts to gain knowledge on local senior affairs. Assabet Valley Regional Technical High School held the 32nd annual senior conference. The free conference was open to seniors in the Middlesex and Worcester district, including Hudson, Marlborough, Northborough, Southborough, and Westborough. State Senator Jamie Eldridge hosted the conference for his fourth time this year.
I mean, the senior conference is really an opportunity for people from all over the district that I represent, the 14 communities, to come and get information about, elder fraud abuse, information about legal advice, healthcare. It's also a chance for people to socialize. We provide a lunch to all the seniors, and then there's entertainment and raffles. So it's really an opportunity for people to get together. Some seniors that I haven't seen for a long time, some that I see more regularly, just a chance to interact.
Speakers at the conference included State Auditor Susan Bump, Secretary of Elder Affairs Ann Harstein, and State Representative Stephen Levy. This week, the Senior Center recognized their many volunteers at the Wayside Inn. The Marlborough Senior Center runs so smoothly thanks in part to the many volunteers that donate so much of their time to ensure that they have a center they can be proud of. Once again, the staff of the Senior Center thanked these volunteers at the annual Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon.
This group of volunteers, we have a wide set and just very generous with giving of their skills and time. We have many of them in classes as well as leading field trips, volunteering in our office, going to visit seniors that are shut in. and just a wider range of activities that help support our senior community here in the community.
All of the volunteers were recognized, but 4 were singled out as Volunteers of the Year. Rita Connors, Dottie Hodgkins, and Tom and Sheila Brecken were all given this distinguished title, but all agreed they weren't doing this for the recognition.
I volunteer to be able to help people. And if we can make Marlborough a better place, that's what we want. Lived here all my life. I brought him to Marlborough when we got married. So we've been here for over 50 years, 53 years as a matter of fact. So we just want to be able to give back and help.
I want to thank everybody for doing this. I really didn't expect to do it because everything I've done, I did because I wanted to. And most of the people that know me know when I say no, I mean it.
I work with a great group of people. They've all been very kind to me, and we work as a team. Most of us work as a team, and that's how a senior center should be run.
Just how much time do these volunteers donate to their city? Council on Aging Board President Jim Confrey put things in perspective.
As of May 2010 to April 30th, 2011, the Marlborough Senior Center volunteers donated 10,784 hours to this city, equating to the monetary value of $101,739.74 to the city. Congratulations.
Volunteer Rita Connors is thankful for the award, but she already has her eyes on a bigger prize down the road.
I just hope that I can volunteer for another 5 years. Then I can get Senior of the Year paid.
The school committee has been hard at work discussing the 2013 school year budget. The school committee met a couple times this week to discuss Superintendent Anthony Pope's proposed fiscal 2013 budget of about $52 million, an increase of 4.9% over this year's past $49.5 million. The district has been hit with skyrocketing special education costs due to more out-of-district placements. Pope said new expenses for special education teachers, English language learning teachers, and a pair of new teachers at the middle school to address a rising population are essential. The committee eventually voted to cut $56,500 from the superintendent's budget. The school committee suggested that Pope make the cuts in the area of underutilized after-school program accounts and half of a supplies account. If you want to help clean up the city, you can attend the annual Clean Sweep on Saturday at 9 a.m. at the DPW. Reporter Megan Mellon will be there. She'll have the full report next week. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching Marlborough This Week. Please be sure to like WMCT on Facebook, and as always, tune in next week for more in Marlborough news. Have a great week.